is the moment BrahjCast fans listening around the world have been waiting for. Live from the BrahjCast studios in Mazomanie, Wisconsin, it's time! 1 hour of mind-blowing conversation for the podcasting championship of the world. Introducing first, casting out of his office corner, he is a Jiu-Jitsu Grandmaster and a black belt at Knowledge Bomb University, boasting a perfect podcasting record of 420 wins with 0 losses. He stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 180 1/2 pounds, fighting out of Mazomanie, Wisconsin, introducing the reigning, defending, podcasting champion of the world, the BrahjCast's very own Christopher Michael Carowitz.
Don't let your kids what's it?
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? It's Chris from the BrahjCast. You can say it with me now.
Yeah.
Every time, man. I just wonder the people below me are fucking getting pissed. It's the BrahjCast, and it's my pleasure to bring to you the man, the myth, the beard, the legend, my boy, purplegt22. Say hello to the millions.
What up, everybody? It's showtime, folks. Let's do it.
I'm super fucking stoked to have Purple GT22. I must know how that name came to be, but we will get into that later. I actually remember a BFRG a few weeks ago when you popped in the chat, and I just looked down for a second, looked at some comments, and I yelled out, "Purple Leg 22 is in the building," and I didn't know at the time, but I rewatch those all the time so I can know who the winners are and send out the prizes. And I was like, what a fucking idiot. I must have sounded like Purple Leg. So real quick, before we get into it, before I forget to ask, what is Purple GT22?
Actually, I'm a car enthusiast too. So I started YouTube in 2007. I just created a channel and had a purple Mustang at the time. It was a 1988 Mustang GT, and I just came up with that. I was 22 years old, and
there it is.
Yeah, there it is. It's simple. But, I just stuck with it, ran with it, and here we are.
Well, you started doing with cars. That was back in what did you say, 2007 at least? That's when you started the channel, at least. You've been a car enthusiast. How long have you been doing? How long have you been collecting cards? You know what? Give me like the 5-minute version of how you got into card collecting.
Basically, me and my dad used to go to these convenience stores. Like, I don't know what how to give it. Ours is called Turkey Hill, out of all things, but yeah, Turkey Hill. So we go in there. I look at the wrestling magazines. They used to have like a nice variety of, like, I don't know, wrestling. What is it? Wrestling Illustrator or something like that? Or
I remember Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
Pro Wrestling Illustrated, yeah.
And of course the WWF magazines.
WWF magazine. But I think at that time the pictures were like black and white. Like,
yes,
but this was 1990. So I'm looking at the magazines, and we get up to the counter, and I saw cards, and I stumbled upon a 1990 classic wrestling cards. And I'm like, oh shit, like, thinking. So I grabbed a couple packs, and they were pretty cheap. And pretty much from there on, man, I was hooked. Like, and I got into, oh my gosh, pretty much every sport. Mainly, I collected a lot of wrestling for a while, and then jumped to 91 Bowman football, which is like one of the absolute worst sets ever made. And then just, man, a lot of different stuff. I started collecting Jordan too when I was like 8 or 9 years old. I started seeing Michael Jordan cards in elementary school, and
Yep.
But yeah, we moved out of the city. I went to a city school, and like, I don't know, I guess I caused some issues, and my mom's like, yeah, we better move out to like the suburbs area. And so it was like, I was like 10 years old at the time. And that I had a couple classmates that actually during recess they would like get their binders and go over and look at cardboard and stuff, and instantly I was hooked. Like,
Isn't that cool? Yes.
We became like instant friends, man. It was like from there on, like, yeah, I was definitely just chilling with them. And so yeah,
So it sounds like you collect like kind of everything. Like, I mean, is there something you don't collect? Like I'm down with baseball, football, basketball. I don't really collect hockey. I just don't really know much. I remember watching a lot of Sports Center as a kid. So I knew names like Brett Hull, Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr was a hot rookie. Some dude named Timu Solani, but I don't know shit now.
Yeah, that's me.
Right. Okay.
Like, I'm a St. Louis Blues fan now, and I follow hockey a little more now.
Gotcha.
I don't collect cards. Like, I can't get into the whole card thing. I've tried, and I just got to stick with football, baseball.
The big three.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you said, your first kind of packs were some classic pro wrestling. I mean, are we talking purple and pink border? Is this where we're at with like and it said classic, like written in like yellow and shit?
Yeah.
Yes. I fucking know exactly what you're talking about, man.
I loved it, man. Like, I loved it. Like, just open it. I didn't care, man. They were cheap. They weren't worth anything, but I didn't fucking care, man.
Dude,
I was like,
well, how you said it in the beginning, you were sitting there looking at wrestling magazines because that's what dudes like me and you, or kids like me and you, had to do without internet, this glorious internet. Yeah. So our internet was this 2.5 by 3.5 inch cardboard and magazines. And like you said, black and white. WWF magazine was the shit because it was just glorious full color pictures and just filled with merch you weren't never gonna get except maybe on Christmas. It's like, Mom, it's $20 for this pillow. Come on, I have to have it, But it's cards, man. Like, and I say it a lot on my podcast. Like, that's why that's why I love stats on the back. It's just that was our internet back in the day. That's how we looked up shit. If I wanted to see Canseco or think about him, or I didn't have Canseco toys, maybe had a starting lineup, but that one toy, you know what I'm saying? So if I got all these cards, different poses, different looks, all this shit on the back, I mean, that was our internet. So I feel you on that. And it seems to be a very, very common theme in a lot of people's childhoods is opening up those cheap packs. And like you also said, they're worth nothing, but it's like they're fucking priceless because they hold like fucking sacred memories to you. You could buy that same pack for nothing. Some dude who don't give a shit about classic wrestling 1990 will give it to you for a quarter still, probably, plus $3.78 shipping on eBay. But what it is for you is worth way more than a fucking quarter. You know what I'm saying? All those memories is priceless.
I was actually gonna be doing here coming up actually a 1990 classic box break. So
Oh, dude, I want to watch that.
stay tuned for that.
That's
So
fire. That's
hell yeah.
fire. Well, when did the whole Matt Ryan thing come into effect?
Well, see, I started like 94-ish. I really became like a Jerry Rice. Like I wouldn't call myself a super collector because I was a damn kid. But what happened was I was pulling Jerry Rice cards every time I break packs, and me and my dad would go to the card shop like every week, and I would get a certain amount I could spend, and
Yep.
so I'd pull Jerry Rice, and I don't know, man. It was just something seeing him on TV. I got hooked.
Fuck
And then
yeah.
Steve Young as well, being left-hander. I'm left-handed. I was like, hell yeah, Steve Young's a left-hander, and I don't know. So I just started picking them guys up, and for Christmas one year, it was 94. Christmas of 94, yeah. I told my mom I wanted a Jerry Rice rookie card. I saw it at the card shop.
Fuck yeah.
It was like $90 or something at the time. And it was in shitty shape, too. It wasn't even like in good condition. It was like fucking terrible. So I opened up my Christmas package, and my mom didn't have a lot of money, so she bought me that and then a couple other things, clothes, but saw this Jerry Rice rookie, and I was just like hooked.
Fuck
Like,
yeah, dude. That green border on that rookie card, and that look how he's looking over his shoulder. Woo!
Yeah, man. That's basically what got me into Jerry Rice.
That's
and then
fire.
And I never really stopped collecting over the years. I pretty much, through high school, you kind of had your times where you would,
Yep.
like your breaks and different things like that. But I never really stopped collecting. So fast forward to 2008, Matt Ryan got drafted by the Falcons as my favorite team.
Yeah.
And it was on then.
So you've been just since he was a rookie, it was Matty Ice. Let's get his cards, and you've been doing that since he's a rookie.
Definitely, and
Awesome.
He's from Exton, Pennsylvania, which is about 45 minutes from me.
Awesome.
So he actually graduated the same year as I did in 2003.
Damn.
And so I knew who he was even before he went to Boston College. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
And to get drafted by your favorite team, I was like, "Fuck yeah, man, let's go!" Like,
That's awesome.
But that's the Matt Ryan story. Jerry Rice, I'm still collecting them too. I mean,
It can get expensive collecting Rice nowadays.
It can,
because he doesn't sign much,
Yeah. And the old inserts too, like the old refractors and stuff, man, they go for some good money.
Yeah. Were you just going through a couple of lots of that you had of Jerry Rice and Steve Young? Was that you that I was watching that did that?
Yeah, that was
Dude.
past week.
Those fucking cards bring back hella memories, man. Like, man, that fucking Fleer metal, like they did some really good cards back then, man. Like, motherfuckers can talk shit all you want. Like, they did some good cards back then. Like, some of those cards you were showing just blinging, looking really cool.
Yeah, man. And we're talking like the cards look better then than most cards today. So it's like,
I agree. I agree. And that lot you couldn't, I mean, I don't know if like a lot of that is less than $10 or $5 of some, 90s insert.
I think it was like
$8 all day long, dude. That's fucking awesome. That would look great. Like I would love to put all those in like a binder or something like that, just so because those are ones you want to like display. At least for me, I want to like look at those a lot because they just fucking look so cool.
Definitely. I was actually going through that tonight and just trying to get organized, and because I'm one of them I'm a type of people, man, that I can buy a ton of shit and then I'll just like let it stack.
Yeah.
Terrible, but I don't know.
Yeah, well, like I said, how I first saw how I announced you as purplegt22. So I remember seeing that, and I was like, shit. So I jumped to your channel, and I had watched your newest video, and off the top of my head, I can't remember what it was, but you were showing some Matty Ices that were baller as fuck, and you were talking, and you know, you're cool, calm, collective, talking, showing your shit, you know, doing your thing, and you were talking about somebody who had hit like possibly 1,500 subscribers or 3,000 or some shit. Maybe it was Mike O or something. I don't know.
Oh, Silver Jackify. I think.
Well, no, this was a couple of weeks ago or months ago when I first saw your videos.
Okay.
And you were talking about 3,000 subscribers maybe, and you looked at the camera and you're like, you said something. You're like, well, I've been on YouTube for 8 fucking years. And you just kept rolling with it, with the way you stopped and you just hit that line. It was almost like a spit the drink out of my mouth, because I was just kind of just all zoned out watching you and shit, and you hit that, and I feel you. I haven't been on YouTube nearly as long, but I was feeling you at that point, because I was like down and out about my own shit, and you just were like, what the fuck, man, what do I gotta do?
Yeah, man.
So I wanted to talk to you, like, what is that? How are you on here 8 years, 1,200 when your content's awesome and you're a good ass dude and everybody knows you?
I don't know, man. What happened was there was there's the Card family now, which is awesome. Like, you got the Card family, and like you got people like you got some awesome people like Pepino Man. You got all them guys like Jack Frost, all them kind of guys. And back when I started, there was the guy that you looked at, like people that look at Ricky Russo.
Yep.
Like now, back then it was AR Falk 77.
Oh shit.
And like there was just people back then that don't make videos anymore. So a lot of my subs, I guess you could call them dead subs.
Yep.
So it sucks, trying to like kind of get out there again and rediscover people. And like, that's why when you hit me up, I was like, hell yeah, man. Like, fuck, I'm 1,200. I mean, it's just a number. Like, cause when you look at my views, like they're not that great. But
you're right in line, kind of like with everybody that I know on here. Everybody here, is averaging, because we crank out a lot of videos, all of us. So we can't all expect to get, 1,000, because honestly, if you miss a day or two of videos, and then depending how you view your content, like if I'm looking at my phone versus my PC, it's way different, because on my PC, I'm looking at right now, everybody I subscribe to on the left has a number next to them. And if somebody has like 12 built up videos, that's hard to watch them all, because it's like content that's old already. It's, you're open 2018 Tops Tech on me. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to, it's a delicate balance that where I think we're all kind of trying to figure out. Some people think it's about short videos. Some people think it's about, I'm trying this whole quality, not quantity type gig in 2019. See if that works. Because I don't know what the fucking answer is either, brother.
I think what it boils down to is, if I hit 100 views in a video, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Like, 100%.
Like, I don't even care. Like, 100 views to me is like, we're rolling now.
Yep.
My goal is like, I'm trying to get creative again. What happened was, for a long time when I first started, I was doing shit like doing a Macho Man Randy Savage drops off of the fucking couch onto.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'll send you links after we're done here. But yeah, man, I come in with like an intro before like I knew how to do a video intro. So I put on music and I come in there and just start fucking freaking out, man. Just like rocking my head. Like, then I turn it off and then show what I got in. And that attracted people. And I think like when I calmed down a little bit, that's kind of when people lost a little bit of interest. So that's me too. Like when you see me jumping around and shit, I'm fucking like that. That's
what it's about, brother. Be you. And that's why this platform is open mic, and it's not for kids. And like when I'll edit this up, and beforehand there will be a disclaimer. It is what it is. This is for adults. Be yourself. And I don't want to be
Yeah, man, don't fake it.
censored, you know, because I'm gonna drop F-bombs. I'm just gonna be I'd rather be real because I want people to like. If I end up hitting this threshold of 1,000 subs,
You
I
will.
want them to be like 1,000 people that are subbed that like kind of like me, not like kind of like this character that's I've had to kind of create. You know what I'm saying? So like, my advice to you, even though I don't know shit, is be you, be how you want to do. Come in, busting out, yelling, jumping up and down.
Well, one
Be
thing I noticed,
you.
exactly. One thing I noticed too, if you show your hand, like for me anyway, my ugly ass mug, like if I show my face, I get more views.
Oh yeah, definitely. I want, and the same with me. I say that a lot. Like and some of my videos are different. I feel like you want to kind of change it up, do a little hands, a little face, change the background. Like, you know, just like your last video, you walked us out and yelled "epic giveaway."
Big giveaway, baby.
Yeah, fucking silver jackify, epic giveaway. Everybody, man, he's got a beautiful. You know, time out real quick. You know, plug him. That's a beautiful card to win, isn't it? That Chris Bryant.
Oh my lord, and that's one of 50.
Yeah, right? Like, come on.
Holy shit.
That's a beautiful Chris Bryant autograph. Yeah, plus 49 other cards. So if you haven't, check out Silver Jackify's epic giveaway. It's this very simple giveaway. All you got to do is show off a card. So, boom.
Yeah, man, it's cool to come across new people too, because I'm kind of in the middle right now where like I'm kind of like floating out there, like where like I don't know. I'm just starting to find new people and talk with new people, and
Yep.
you
I'm in the
know,
same boat, brother. That's what this YouTube Hall of Fame does. You know, my last podcast, which by the time this drops will have already dropped, and I will be getting hella heat for it because my views and opinions, you know, not about the YouTube Hall of Fame is dope as fuck. It allows me to hear people who I trust. You know, when they're saying, "Hey, go check out this motherfucker," I'm gonna go do it. If I know you, if I fuck with you, if I don't know you, and you're like, "Hey, go see him," and don't tell me why, fuck you. You know, I'm not gonna stop what the fuck I'm doing and type this dude's name in just because you said it. Like, just if I don't know you. But what the fuck was
yeah,
that? Oh, the YouTube Hall of Fame is allowing me to watch people that I do know, give me suggestions that I do want to hear about other creators out there that I don't know about because YouTube isn't putting them in front of me. And I just, you know, otherwise just don't know about it. How I found everybody in this community is word of mouth, bro. Word of mouth. Everybody who talks up people and shit like that, that's how I go kind of find other people.
yeah, same here.
Same with you. Yeah, that's pretty much how you do it lately too.
Yeah, I used to go in and type randomly into YouTube, but you know, I don't know. Like Pepino Man is one of them guys. Um, I know I mentioned his name a lot, but you know, he
I
is
do
quite
too, bro.
he is, he is a sexy Mexican,
Yep.
and we create that. But yeah, man, he like Silver Jackify. I didn't know who he was. Like I had no idea. And he has 3,000 subs, so I should have known who he was. And
I
he
agree.
promotes good people, man, and I can appreciate that.
Right? It's all in like exactly like I like Caesar, so I trust his word. You know, I don't think he's gonna put out some bullshit and tell you to go see some bullshit. You know, so I did the same thing. I went to Silver Jackify after I watched some videos on that shit, and that's how I found out about it. Again, like you said, dude has 3,000 subs, and I didn't know about it. I never heard of him, or I've heard of him a little bit, but not in this capacity. You know.
Yeah, yeah,
So
man.
what do you want your channel to be then? Do you want it to be you talking about cards? You want it to be you talking about fucking life or
Well, see, I like to mix it up
for
because
sure.
I I put out my illness, like I put out what's going on with my mom with her illness, you know, with her battling cancer, and
For sure.
so you know, battling them two together, and help having to help take care of her, and I just want to update people because I don't want to just come on there and show shit and be done and not have people know who I am. Like, a lot of people like to keep their life a secret, which is fine. But me, I don't know. I feel like talking to the camera sometimes, man, when you're done, like you feel like you just relieved like a lot of shit off your chest. Like,
I agree.
so I like doing that stuff. And I think people can appreciate that. And so with going forward, I mean, I'm just gonna keep doing my thing. I'm gonna switch up a little bit. The other day I was thinking about it after I made that video response, and I was like, you know what? I kind of like the intro, and I can kind of bring back a little bit of the old stuff, and it's still me. So it's not like I don't know how to really describe it, but I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, but see what happens.
I like
I'm
it.
enjoying it, man. I'm just having fun with it, experimenting with stuff, and
Don't think too hard, man, because the easiest thing you can do is be yourself. You know, like just go with it. Like, you know, don't worry about being too fucking cool, or not cool, but like, you know, damn, was that entertaining? Or, you know, because man, come
no,
on, you hear the shit I say and the shit I do. Shit is, I'm always like, man, I sound fucking stupid, but it is what it is. That shit is me, you know.
no, my thing is I like to put a little bit of thought. Like if I'm gonna do something stupid, that's why I stopped doing the stupid shit because I got fat for one, and I used to be. When I first got on YouTube, I was like 185 pounds. I had a bad gallbladder, and I couldn't hardly eat anything, so I could jump around and jump all shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then got that removed, and my weight went back to normal, and that's a fat fuck. And so it's a little harder to jump off couches and shit now without getting hurt. So I kind of figured that.
It is. That's for
But
sure. Well, shit, you should, yeah, fuck. Just take a leap, change, you know, don't change it all up, but yeah, just get creative. I totally encourage anybody who's listening right now, even if you don't have a channel, get a channel, make a channel. It's free. You know, if anything, you don't have to even be public. Like you said, Purple Leg here. It is in a way therapeutic. At least I can identify, and it might not be the same, but I catch myself kind of not rambling, but going off key or off script, you know, and talk about real shit. And like you said, man, like you feel good after you kind of get some of those things off of your chest. And
oh hell yeah.
so, you know, I encourage anybody to get out there, and you know, I'm not saying put everything out there, but man, if you're interested, if you're listening to this, obviously you're interested in the hobby and you possibly got something that you're collecting. Trust me, if you think that, you know, you see a lot of people out here with some baller ass shit, and that was one of my barriers to entry into this game, because man, I'm like, does anybody want to? Who the fuck wants to see my Jose Canseco shit? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else is like, blam, Trout rookie, blam. You know, I don't even know, fucking 89 Griffey, cram, fucking other shit. You know, they're all got this badass shit. And here I am with happy as fuck to display my 87 Fleer award winners.
That's how I was with Matt Ryan when I was picking up so much Matt Ryan. I went through a phase for a while where that was all I was picking up, and like these other people would be pulling like the hot rookies at the time, like Andrew Luck and I don't know, just guys that were bringing buku bucks, and I'm picking $30 and $40 Matt Ryans at the time, autos and stuff. But yeah, man, it's I switch it up from, you know, I'm a huge Atlanta Braves fan too, so
Nice. You had some decent players to cheer. Good stuff to look forward to there.
Yeah, like when Chipper retired, Chipper's my favorite player. Chipper and Fred McGriff, they're my all-time favorite.
The crime dog.
Crime dog, baby. Should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way.
You know, we talked about that on my last podcast that's not out just yet. with Pepino, and he made a good point to me because I was like, Fred McGriff, and he had mentioned that a lot of teams campaign for players to make it into the Hall of Fame. Like the Seattle Mariners campaigned pretty hard this year to get Edgar Martinez in, and a player like Crime Dog was on a lot of fucking teams, so he doesn't. I guess the Braves is what I identify him with, but he doesn't have that. He wasn't that player that was on a team for 20 years.
Exactly.
So he has a team to go to bat for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And he made a real good point. I was like, shit, hey, good point.
It's a real good point. I didn't even really think about that. It makes sense, though.
But, like you said, man, his Braves years, the Braves, man, he was one part of an amazing machine that was fucking well-oiled machine that was running hardcore in Atlanta for like 6 years. The Braves were just number one.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely amazing. They were like the Buffalo Bills always going deep, deep, deep into the playoffs or the World Series. That Atlanta chop was so addicting. That was so dope when the whole crowd would just be doing that shit. Come on. Come on. Braves, come on. You got Dion playing the fucking World Series game one morning, going to play an NFL game that day, and then coming back and playing game 3 of the world. Come on. It was so much was going on in Atlanta in the 90s. It was beautiful.
Yeah, man.
The starting pitchers, come on. There's so much to talk about with them.
Oh, my God.
Avery, Glavine, Smoltz. I mean, come on.
Smoltz is my dude, man, because, and Maddox over there picking his nose. I don't know if you remember that, but oh, my God.
Fred McGriff on first. Terry Pendleton hitting like 336 out of nowhere. Like, who the fuck is Terry Pendleton? Oh, he's awesome because the whole lineup stacked when they have to, pitch, man. Dave Justice, come on. Fucking even Mark Lemke was a gangster.
Javi Lopez,
the catcher, was a gangster. Dude, man. Marquise Grissom came on. He was like a rookie out in center. Ron Gant, shout out to Jason Wento. Ron Gant hitting for power. What a team.
Yeah, man.
That's like a team you build in a video game in the 90s.
Jeff
Blauser was the last one there. Second base. Old Whitey.
Man, tell you what, man, 95 was the year. Like, that's I've been a Braves fan since I was 6 years old to 91. And then, man, yeah.
It was so big. It was all about the Braves, man. And like I said, that chant, it was just something to easily get behind and get you goosebumps, man. Whew. I loved it. I loved watching baseball as a kid because, like we said earlier, no internet. So, man, ESPN would have like Monday night baseball, Tuesday night baseball, Wednesday night doubleheader, Friday night baseball, Saturday night baseball, Sunday night doubleheader. I mean, and my team was the A's, so they were out on the West Coast. So, like, I always got to see them because the time zone difference or something meant they were playing in like prime time for me or some shit. So,
yeah.
Woo, I love sitting there watching Jose Canseco rip him, Ricky Henderson, fuck Mark McGuire. It was nonstop, man. I loved it.
Same here, man. I think the internet rule. I mean,
it changed it.
The internet is cool, but at the same time, I wish it wouldn't have advanced the way it did now. Like, I don't know. That's another topic for another day. But yeah,
it's a good topic. It's a quality topic, and it's one that I have a few opinions on too. That's for sure.
Yeah, like today's world is just people are fucking not with it at all. They're in their phone. Like, I don't know, man. Give me the old days.
Yep. I think you're right. Guys like me and you and the majority of the listeners are about our age. We're of the generation And like we're a special one when we talk about this subject because we like grew up without it and got it when we were old enough to handle it. Like,
Exactly.
you know, like if we said, "Oh, you can't have internet till you're 21," like liquor and weed, motherfuckers would be like, "Whoa, you're crazy." But that's like what we did. We didn't get it really in our hands like it is kind of now, or the MySpace we're talking, but still, we didn't get it till we were like of age. So we're like got the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
Now,
man.
like growing up with it is a completely different fucking ball game, and we're now learning about what that produces, what kind of person that creates, because we've had internet for about 18 to 20 years. So we are seeing a generation grow up with purely internet at their fingertips, where me and you and our generation were the last one and the only ones who really got it at that time, where it was, like I said, about 20 years old or whatever, that time when we could appreciate it and understand it.
Exactly.
So, man, that was a very long-winded thing, but you could tell I've thought that's a very big topic with me as well, and I try to tackle that and understand it as much as I can.
Yeah, man. It's crazy, but I guess it is what it is, and nothing we can do about it now.
That's for sure. But you know it makes me wonder, like going back to our hobby that we love, and it's like I feel like we love it because, again, guys like me and you and most of our listeners, we grew up having baseball cards, tangible items that had a lot of memories to them, because we didn't have the ability to have all this shit come, like all this media come at us, like seeing all the videos and pictures instantly. All we had were the cards, so we have like a bond to them. I don't think that kids these days will have that same bond. They're going to look at it and be like, cool, it better have an autograph, a relic, and be numbered.
Exactly.
Or X, it ain't cool, and B, I'm going to look at it and be like, neat, I'm still going to look at my phone and play Fortnite or do whatever. Like, it cannot, I just do not believe that cards can have any sort of like grip on a kid's soul like it did with all of us who are listening right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so what I'm going to ask you, what does that mean for the hobby in 20 years when those kids are now our age and have the money to sustain the hobby and grow it into the future? What do you think will happen then?
Man, that's a good question.
Right?
That is a good question. Well, honestly, I don't know how to.
Right? I guess it's like, will there be a hobby like it is? Because I feel like it's being fueled by us.
It
Us
is
right now.
yeah.
And then we're going to phase out in 20 years. Like the big wave of money will phase out.
Well, this isn't really an answer, but the way I'm looking at it is, like companies like Panini, Tops, Upper Deck's really not, relevant much anymore, but they are.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately. But see, there's so many players signing autographs. Like their autographs are becoming for so many products. Like
It's not
it's almost,
special.
it's not as cool as what it was back in like the late '90s, early 2000s when you had a chance at an autograph when you pulled and when you're opening packs. So when you got that insert or that nice insert or whatever the hell you were collecting, like I just think that was so much cooler back then than an autograph. That's kind of why I've kind of turned direction a little bit and went back and started collecting like Fred McGriff stuff, older Chipper inserts, Jerry Rice stuff, like just the old stuff that I remember growing up. As far as the future, man, I don't know. Like that's tough. I still think there'll be I still think the hobby's going to be there. I just don't know. Shit, I don't even.
I hear you, man. It's a tough question to answer. Like it's because it's in a way it's almost like part of it is psychological. You got to think about it as a business, like because they have to be trying to like groom like collectors for the future. You know, you're gonna want to groom your younger base to sustain this once we get out of here because I don't, man.
And the thing of it is, like, you know, the hits were cool when, how do I describe it? Like when you were pulling game used shit out, like legit game used shit out of, like, you don't know if it's 100% game used, but for the most part back in the day, I think it was.
I hear you.
Like nowadays, when you pull something like a veteran, like a patch card or some shit, a lot of the time, like especially in 2017 and 2018, you look on the back, it says event worn. So basically, Panini, I think, is killing the hobby, in my opinion, because Panini puts out the most autographs out of, like, between Topps and Panini, like, together. I mean, Panini definitely puts out the most. I
For
just
sure.
repeated myself twice. Like, they got so many players signing these stickers and shit, and it's like, I don't know. And they just slap it on cards, and like it looks like shit.
It's so ugly.
Yeah.
It's so lazy.
Yeah. So
it's so fucking lazy.
They should go. But I think honestly, what they should do, like, I think what was cool with Top Skull Label, you would get that one framed autograph per box.
Yep.
So you got a lot of cool cards. Like, for example, I broke 2 boxes this year, and or in 2018, and
right.
You get one framed autograph at the end, and that's it. Like, you don't get 4 or 5 hits per box.
Right. Yep, I'm down with that. I mean, I'm down with that.
Yeah, it's on card. So I don't know if they could somehow, like, just get rid of the, like, so many hits. I don't know. There's a way to save. I don't know. There's a way to there's something that they can do. I just think they're just worried about the money. Like, Panini is definitely all about the money.
Don't let your kids. What's it?
Oh man. So we've covered the hobby, the YouTube, some Top Series 1 is coming out right now. Did you get a chance? Did you get your hands on some of that?
I did not.
No, not yet, huh?
No. Actually, what's kind of stopped me, like, I'm gonna break some retail, but I was gonna get a hobby box, and I'm like, man, like, a manufactured patch or a manufactured, what was it, an autograph or
it's like a 150-year thing, or am I wrong on that?
I don't know.
Oh no, it's that it's the throwback patch maybe or something.
Something, yeah, and it threw it. Just, that's not a hit. Like, I don't know.
The manufactured, is not
manufactured that, but yeah, I'm gonna break. I just really haven't gotten around to it yet. When it came out, you know, my mom, stuff going on with her, and I don't know. I'll get around to it though, because there are some cool Cunha cards in there, and Albies, and
for sure. Well, don't wait too long, because if you wait like a week or two, like 3 other sets will have already be on like Topps Inception, bro. You know, and fucking A. We'll be on to the newest rookie craze, man. It's fucking Ohtani's not even going to be ready for opening day. I just feel bad for the people that dropped hella money on that shit. Ugh. It's what fucking, like, I'm going to bite my tongue right now, because it's like, that's one of the things that's just, I don't understand, man. Like, the money, you could have bought a Nolan Ryan rookie. You could have bought 10 of them.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly. When people are spending all that money for, like, I've spent good money on Acuna.
I hear you.
And Ozzy Albies was kind of my go-to when Acuna got really hot. because Albies is, still a good player, he's just kind of got lost because Acuna was in the spotlight. But them two guys kind of drew me back to collecting baseball again. I was kind of
Good.
out of baseball for a little while. I mean, I followed my team, but the Braves sucked. Like they were. They were.
It's tough, man. I was dude, I'm a Brewers fan my whole life. Like, we had a few runs when we rented CC Sabathia and had like Braun on roids and Prince was killing it. Like, we had a run, but that was the only thing I cheered about like my whole life until last year, out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah,
but like you said, it brought me back into it. Like, hell yeah, Christian Yelich, woo!
Oh my god, the dude's a beast.
Yeah, man. So it was great. It was good for the city. It's good for the state. It's good for it. Brought, like I said, it brought me right back into it. It's good shit.
I thought for sure the Brewers were going to go to the World Series.
So did I. I was pretty much deadlocked. Like, yep, this is destiny. It's happening. The skill's there. The timing's right. Everybody was playing just when you win like 20 games of 21 to end the year, like on such a hot streak or whatever they did to make the playoffs. It seemed like destiny.
Yeah, when the Braves traded away our whole damn team, when Craig Kimbrell was traded to the Red Sox, I was like, oh fuck, here we go. And then Evan Gaddis went and Brian McCann, and I'm just like, oh my god, this shit is. I was like, if we get rid of Freeman, I'm gonna fucking just lose shit because Freeman's my dude. So like, do not trade that bitch. Like, so luckily he's still there, and Acuna coming up, and then Albie's coming. Like, it just got me pumped again, and seeing what Josh Donaldson.
Yep.
So yeah, man, it seems hopefully they can get something rolling. We'll see.
Well, we'll know in April, that's for sure. Once it fucking starts up, man, it's gonna be coming up soon. Fucking spring training will be coming out of nowhere soon. Fucking boom.
I'm ready.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. Yeah, that's gonna be great. Got a big ass smile on my face just thinking about fucking watching some baseball and shit. That's good shit.
Yeah, man, for sure. Because God forbid my Falcons suck this year. So
yeah.
Damn victory, or ever since I wish it was a victory. Lost with the Patriots, man. Every time I see the Patriots in the Super Bowl, it fucking makes me cringe. When the Eagles beat the Patriots last year, I was celebrating just for the fact that they were losers.
Of course.
This year, I wanted the Rams to win, and that shit show. That was
a shit show for sure, man. That was for me. I'm not a professional football watcher, so I'm sure everybody else has better opinions than me. But like, as a casual watcher and a fantasy football player, so I watch, but it was a pretty fucking boring game. I don't know. Some people are like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But to me, it was boring.
I can appreciate defense. And
yes.
There was a lot of defense in that game. But there comes a point where, like, when you get to halftime and you're at 3-3, like, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
The second half will be like, it's got to be better.
I agree with you. I do like watching a defensive game, but that was straight up 3 and out. There was no defensive like, oh, look at the hit, or oh, look at,
Yeah, man.
It was just like mediocre football.
And Jared Goff just looked like
deer in headlights.
Oh my Lord.
That we know that should have. Well, it is what it is, but in my opinion, again, I think it should have been the Saints in that game with whatever calls didn't happen if they would have went that way. And I think that game would have been a little bit more interesting had it been a storyline of Breeze versus Brady.
I can agree 100%, and I hate the goddamn Saints. So.
Right. I agree. I'm with you on that, too. I'm not the biggest fan, but that storyline would have been way more interesting to me because I've seen both of those dudes' career, been lucky enough to witness the whole thing. So that's a story.
No.
That's something we might not see as much anymore, man. A player with longevity like that and dedication to one team, like Breeze, pretty much was always a Saint, but these players, when they're done, I don't know if we're gonna see players playing for 12 plus years with one fucking team like that, man.
No,
With the
nope.
league the way it is, the way front offices have changed with fucking
Well,
spending all this shit. I don't think we're gonna see that.
that's what pushed me away from basketball. I used to be a big basketball fan in the '90s,
I agree, me too.
and I was like, "Fuck this shit, man!" Like, you, you know who's gonna win the championship this year?
Yeah.
Like, so why am I wasting my time watching this shit? And I still watch the Sixers, like the whole Maestros Classic. Have you seen me? I don't know if you've seen me sporting.
Yes. Fuck yeah, I have.
So, well, I don't know if you want to move forward.
No, yeah. Go ahead. No.
So I went to my first ever basketball game, and I was 3 weeks ago, and
Yeah.
so I go into I'm all over the place here, forgive me, but I go into I pick up my buddy who lives in Texas, and he's got a beard like down to his belly button, and
Damn.
so he's like, "Hey, you want to hit up Maestros?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And Maestros is a company that's been out like 5 years now, and they
Talk to me about them real quick before you go on, because I legitly want to know, because I've got a gnarly ass, scraggly motherfucking beard, and
well,
your shit looks a little bit more groomed.
well, I'll send you. I'll send you a bunch of sample packs, and then you can
Yeah.
use
Nice.
it, and then tell me after you use it for like a week, and you'll be like, "God damn, this shit feels good."
Good. And I work outside, though. I got to tell you that. I work outside, construction type shit.
Yeah.
Listen to me. What am I saying? Construction type shit. I don't know why I lied to you. I install garage doors, commercial and residential. I wanted to sound all hard and shit. Like, I don't even know what that is. Lying to the world here with a drink in my hand. But so legit, that was one thing I wanted to know about. So tell me a little more and tell the millions out there what Maestros is and how you got involved.
So basically, it was kind of an accident. My friend came
As all superhero stories begin.
Yeah, man. My friend came up from Texas, and Maestros has sponsored him. He's a big gamer, like a big PC gamer.
Nice.
So Maestros has sponsored him and different events that he goes to, gaming events and things like that. And he came up here to visit me, and he's like, "Hey, you want to hit Maestros up?" And I wanted to get my beard trimmed up. I never had it trimmed professionally.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And it's like 45 minutes from Philadelphia Airport. So I'm like, shit, let's just go right after we pick you up. And he's like, all right. So he's like, yeah, we'll give you a tour or two. And I'm like thinking, a fucking tour of a barbershop? What the fuck are you talking about? So we get in there, man, and it's 3 floors.
Damn.
It's like an 1800s house that they turned into, like, the downstairs is like beard products, apparel, like just all that kinds of stuff. They have what's called a beard recovery room. Like after you get your beard, like, yeah, it sounds crazy, but
That's dope, man.
and everything's antique. Like the chairs that you sit in, like, is antique. Like it's all from like the way back in the day.
It sounds like you would be sitting around smoking some fat ass cigars if you could smoke indoors nowadays, like, and just get your beard taken care of. That shit's dope. I love it.
So we go upstairs, and there's this, and at the time I didn't know I was talking to the owner. Once he came, and I'm like, I had no idea. Like, I'm talking to the owner, and so we go up to what's called the lounge room, and I'm like, holy shit, because they are sponsored a few NASCAR drivers.
Oh, nice.
Austin Dillon, Bubba Wallace, and a few others. And they go to the races and they groom them up quick before the race and make them look good. And then I'm seeing like Braun Strowman on the wall and shit. And I'm like, what? I'm seeing Seth Rollins shit on the wall. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like this memorabilia. I was gonna take pictures, but I was so like caught in the moment. Like,
right.
So the owner comes up and we're chatting a little bit, and well, first I got my beard groomed, and then we started chatting, and we're sitting there for like a few hours, and I was telling him a little bit about my illness, and then we're talking wrestling. Like, it was just
boom
wrestling, and he's a huge like wrestling nerd too, and for him to be able to travel around to these events and go backstage,
fuck yeah,
and get video and chat with. He said the wrestlers are completely different than any other athletes. Like, they're so down to earth. Like, they don't think their shit don't stink.
Yep, they're all about the people.
Other than Dean Ambrose. But had to throw that in there. But
right.
Yeah. So, yeah, we're talking about wrestling, and time's just flying by, man. And he, at the end, he's like, so, have you ever been to, you going to WrestleMania this year? And I'm like, I can't afford that shit, man. I was like, there's no way I could afford, like, if I'm going to go to WrestleMania, I'm going to get a good seat.
Right.
The damn nosebleeds looking at. So he's like, you want to go? And I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to go. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's so full of shit, thinking he's like, I didn't know at the time he was the owner. So
right.
I was like, yeah, definitely. He's like, yeah, NXT, the night before, and they got the Monday, the Raw after WrestleMania. And I'm like, oh my Lord. And he's like, it's in New Jersey, and he said, like, he's like, just let me know if you're up to it. And I'm like, holy shit.
Damn, bro, that's fucking cool.
So we go back downstairs, and he's like, just go shopping. And I'm like, go shopping? I was like, what the hell? Started picking, like, T-shirts out and hat, like all kinds of stuff. And I'm just like in my all, man, like knowing like, hey, I'm gonna go to WrestleMania. I'm gonna like these people like legit care about you. So I was like, some bum like me,
I hear you.
But anyway, so yeah, WrestleMania is a go, and
damn,
it'll be my first ever WrestleMania, probably my last, unless Maestro's
right, unless Strowman wins the title and holds it for 10 straight years. So they go there and they probably groom him up, right? I mean, his shit's always looking on point.
Yep. If you go on Maestro's Classic on Instagram, you can actually go through the stories and see him like grooming up the
nice
WWE stars, man. It's crazy. Like, Seth Rollins is my dude. Braun Strowman's my dude. I know they're totally
nice,
totally different, like, styles. You know what I mean? Like, Braun Strowman just throws people around and people get bored with that shit. But Braun, man, is just, the dude's just a beast. I mean,
I agree.
People call me Mini Braun. That's my new name. Honest to God, and it's, I don't know, man. Just Rollins, I can appreciate everything that he does in the ring, like with his style, and Braun, I can just appreciate how fucking big he is, and like, I don't know, man. Just
he got that name from Ryan Braun.
Yeah.
And I saw an interview he did with the local Milwaukee, because he comes here a lot in Wisconsin. I forget if he has a home. He grew up here. Or somehow he's affiliated with Wisconsin.
Yeah, he did power. I know he did or not powerlifting.
Strongman.
Strongman, and I think he did strongman. His training in Milwaukee or something. I forget how he was affiliated off the top of my head as well. And some listeners probably are like, "You idiot! It's this, and this." But yeah, I do forget. But he said that he went to a fucking Brewers game
and he saw Braun's name up there, and it just fucking kind of clicked, Braun fucking Strowman or some shit. I was like, damn, that's cool.
I
I
can
didn't
handle.
fucking know that.
They said he's the coolest dude, man. Like Seth Rollins and Braun, and they said, man, these guys are so cool. Like, they don't have to let maestros do their thing on them, and they do, and they'll sit there and talk with you and
Oh
share
yeah.
stories, and Braun gave the owner his number, and they chat back and forth and shit, and it's just, I don't know, man. I'm pumped.
Fuck yeah, I would be too, man.
Yeah, the whole way home, it was a 2 hour and 15-minute drive back to Lancaster, PA. And I was in fucking awe, man. I'm just like, holy shit, I'm going to WrestleMania. And then I find out my buddy, he texts me and says, something's in the works for you. And I'm like, what the fuck is in the works? So
shit.
we, well, you know what? We're probably going to be meeting Braun and meeting.
Nice.
So
There you go.
I'm not going to get my hopes up because you never know what could happen, but it makes sense because they can get back there.
Exactly.
They're, they hang out with them guys and stuff. So
For sure. Those dudes are there all day. I'm sure you'll get a chance to meet them, man.
I'm not going to shit my pants when I meet them, but afterwards.
No, you got to act cool, calm, collective.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's up? This, yeah, this ain't nothing. And then when they leave, you scream like a little girl. Right. So you'll get a chance to see possibly Ronda Rousey's last match.
Yeah.
Who is she facing right now? Is it set in stone?
Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch, yeah, which I'm not completely sold. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I love Becky. Like, I love her. The way she wrestles, though, man, it's
yeah,
kind of cringy. Like, sometimes
kind of cringy. Yep. Why don't they just give the strap to Bailey or like Sasha?
Exactly.
Give it to a fucking someone who they know can handle it. I mean, and can fucking perform. Just to get it off of Ronda, get the thoughts of that out of everyone's head, and then move on with some storylines.
Exactly. I love Bailey, man. Freaking
yeah, fuck, man. I think she's awesome, and people are like, what, dude? Like, who gives it? You should hug her. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, she's awesome. Watch her fucking work, man. She's got game. She's got skills. So does Sasha, like a lot of them girls. But like you said, it's Becky's Lynch's in-ring ability. Just, I don't know what it is. It just doesn't do it for me. It doesn't, I don't buy it or some shit. I don't know.
I love the music. I love the mic skills. Like, she's got that, they got that beautiful Irish accent.
That Conor McGregor
mystique. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man. But the in-ring shit kind of is.
And her injury, she was selling one injury. She was selling one knee for like 3 weeks, and then I think in the Rumble, she sold the other knee.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like, girl, like, we know it's fake, but girl, like, come on. I don't know.
It's crazy, man. I don't know. Women's wrestling to me, I love
it.
Here's some of them are just like, I like Sasha, even though Sasha has me blocked on everything. I love Bailey. I can appreciate Asuka because all the shit she did over in Japan, but like, yeah, I don't know, man. It's
it's come a long way since obviously since Total Divas and the days of Sable and
The Bell,
bikini matches and bra and panty matches.
yeah, the Bellas. Like, I don't know if you watched that their last tag team match when she knocked Liv Morgan out
No.
there.
No.
That was the last time you seen the Bellas in the ring. That's yeah, so. Uh,
Yeah.
it was just cringeworthy, man. It was kind of like Becky Lynch in a way, but it's a little worse.
What's the men's heavy? What's the men's title? AJ, no, not Styles. Bryant has the title, right?
Yeah.
Who does he face?
As of now, I don't know. It's gonna be they're going into the chamber, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
who won the men's Royal Rumble? I forgot.
Rollins did, and he's fighting Lesnar.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. Come on.
Gotta get you up to date, brother.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I watched the Rumble for sure, but I forgot who the fuck. I forgot who he challenged.
Yeah.
Man, I got it's so.
I really think Seth is gonna take the belt from Lesnar. I really
Come
do.
on, you think so?
They gotta let Brock drop it at some point because, well, here's my thought: because Brock's fighting DC this year.
We think.
in the
We don't know
summer.
for sure.
No, it's in the works, but my thought is they got to bring that belt back to somebody that's full time, man. It's just, I don't know. It's not all about the belts, but
You
it's
know,
got,
I agree with you 100%. That was where I was, and I still am, as far as they got to put the belt on someone who's full time. But I just rewatched 2 days ago. I put on the Andre the Giant documentary that HBO did recently.
yeah, that was intense, man.
That was fire, bro.
Oh,
Okay, and there was a point in there where Vince McMahon himself was talking about how they used Andre the Giant territory to territory, and he wasn't somebody who could come in every day because he was such a spectacle that he only could come in. You don't
right.
want to see him every day because of the way he works and the mystique behind him and shit. If you see him every day, you lose all of that mystique behind him being this giant eighth wonder. If you
Right.
start to see a 7 foot guy every day, he doesn't look 7 foot anymore. Like he's like, oh, he's just not, whatever what I'm saying. But and that clicked for me. I was like, man, that's like how they use Brock. And I can kind of get that, like what he's saying there. Like it would lose the mystique if Brock himself was here every day. Maybe the title can go to a worker, a dude who's gonna have the title on TV every day. But go with me on this and give me your opinion on this idea of making. We have a SmackDown. This is weird. We have a SmackDown champion. Maybe you know where I'm going with this. Why don't we have just a Raw champion?
Exactly.
And the Universal Champions, like if you really want to go for it and get your ass ripped in half, you can go up the Universal Champ's the champ of both champs, like of both
Yeah,
shows. Doesn't that make sense?
yeah, it does because I thought about that, and it does make a lot of sense because then they can. I think it would make people tune in more too, because right now they're. I know why they brought Vince back, and I know why they brought Shane and Stephanie and Triple H, and the ratings were just terrible. I mean,
Yes.
the writing, like everything's just a clusterfuck. So yeah, it make perfect sense, man.
Got to have a title for each show, and then a guy who the Universal is the the guy who can come in every once in a while. Then it's like I don't think people would have a problem with Brock being a Universal champion versus being like the champion of the staple show Raw. I think that
Yeah,
would be a little different.
yeah, I agree. It wouldn't be a bad idea.
And boy, didn't it seem like they were fucking ramping our boy Braun up
That
to
pissed me
make
off.
that run, dude? I was like, this is it. He is
And
gonna take that off of him.
now it's like now he's getting. Remember, it was hard to knock him down before. Like it took.
Yes.
All of a sudden now he's fighting and tanking that with Kurt Angle, the guy can hardly walk.
Oh.
And he's down on the ground. It's like, man, don't tell me they're gonna turn Braun into a jobber, because if they do, I'm gonna be fucking just fuming. Because
Braun is the one who is the beast, man. He is the monster. He is a universal champ of both shows. You know, man, cut the $5 million plus or whatever you're paying Brock. You know, and
fucking SmackDown. You know what I mean?
and
let him destroy people over on SmackDown, and let, I don't know, man. It's
right. Everybody has to get their ass beat on Raw.
So I don't know. I miss the old days, man, where, you know, I know the Attitude Era was
That was it.
You know, that was what I remember most. Well,
The pinnacle.
I would say it's what I remember most, because my favorite wrestler was Bret Hart growing up, and the Ultimate
Nice.
Warrior. And I was like the Ultimate Warrior guy. I wasn't a Hogan guy. And
dude, you want to talk about pop? When you know what I'm talking about. Dun, dun, dun. Just by that point, thousands just running down. This motherfucker don't walk. Running down that fucking aisle, man.
Like, you don't run out of energy.
Man. Well, it's because his matches were, dude, he averaged like a 48-second match. He had 2 scripts, which was like Hogan had 3. He had 2. Come in, hit these 5 moves in a row, and you're done.
Hey, when I go back and watch old Ultimate Warrior matches, and I was like, "Oh, damn, he was bad." But it was the whole experience that you like. His promos that threw you off, and you got like sucked in. You're like, "Oh yeah, you don't know what the fuck he's talking about," but I kind of get it. And then he's running like a maniac to the ring, and that music is just killer.
Yes.
So that's what sucked. I mean, that's how I became a huge fan, man. And then Bret Hart.
The excellence of execution.
Yep.
Those shades.
But the matches I can appreciate with him is Mr. Perfect, and I don't know if you've ever seen that. It was a SummerSlam '91, I believe.
I don't know.
Mr. Perfect for the Intercontinental title, and I'll tell you what, man, that match is just, in my eyes, awesome.
Yeah, dude, those are the guys that really knew how to wrestle and were getting way overshadowed by muscles. Dudes who had muscles. And now as an adult, I can appreciate them, but as a kid, I wasn't. I was all about big ass muscles and baby oil and tans, you know, like these were superheroes. So when like a Bret Hart, like an Intercontinental match was the most technical match, like an hour long sometimes, those fuckers. That was 1 hour Iron Man matches and shit. Man. That's when you're seeing technique, move. You're like, oh yeah, there's that move, there's this move. You know, they're going down just a list of moves, and they're doing them all. Whereas just like our boy Ultimate Warrior come in and hit his fucking 5 moves and out.
Little pussy splash, and then he's gone.
What makes the most money, requests the least amount, you know, has the most diva-ish requests, you know, does the least amount of work, has done probably the least amount of fucking oh shit, I don't know if I'm truth on this. I'm just sort of going with it, but I would say maybe he did less of the road work versus like a Kurt Hennig or a Bret Hart, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and Warrior comes in just because he's a athlete and muscles, versus, you know, might not have had a love for the game, versus Bret Hart, who comes up through Stu Hart's dungeon.
Yeah, man. Fucking and Owen too, man. Never got the
R.I.P.
Yeah, man. But real quick on the Ahmed Johnson thing.
Yeah.
So I was a huge Ahmed Johnson, the Pearl River powerhouse back in the day. 95 was it? He came in 95, I believe.
Huge guy.
And I from the time I saw him, man, I was like, oh shit, that's my dude. Like athletic, he could do some crazy shit. Like, oh, that's my dude. And you know, it's his reign things didn't go his way because of injuries and stuff. And so years went by, and I contacted him back in like 2013, and I messaged him on Facebook. And he was a real dick, to be honest with you. I said, hey, is it possible any way I could, like, would you be willing to do like an interview with me and I'll pay you? Because at that time I was trying to like move in a different direction with my YouTube channel. I had started another YouTube channel and wanted to do like wrestling interviews, but I suck at this shit, man. Like, when you listen to these people interview people, I'm fucking terrible. So he's like, here's my agent, and was just kind of a real dickhead. And then like a couple days went by, I get a message back from him, and he's like, you know what? He's like, just hit me up, and gave me his number. I'm like,
Nice.
all right. So I hit him up, and he thought we were gonna do an interview because that's what I originally said.
Right.
So I was like, honestly, I told her, I just said I was just a huge fan and just wanted to talk with you about your career and different things like that. And I'm not recording you. I just didn't quite know how to say that. Like, hey, can I call you? I didn't know how to word it.
Right.
So I sent him some packages with some unopened Ahmed Johnson figures and different things like that. And I kind of proved like I wasn't, I don't know, that I was more of a friend than I was a
Creeper.
Yeah.
Some guy.
So me and him chatted, man, all the time. Like I'd call him up. He'd be, you know, if he didn't hear from me, he'd message me and be like, everything all right? And
Oh, no shit. Very cool.
yeah, man. And then we just kind of built a friendship. And to this day, like, the guy's been nothing but cool to me. He'll chat with me anytime. Like, it doesn't matter. And he has some amazing stories. I mean, if you ever want to have somebody like that can give you some crazy stories. Like
Yeah. Mr. Johnson, would you please like to come on to the BrahjCast? That would be amazing. Someone who has some firsthand accountability.
I will definitely talk to him. I actually was gonna call him tonight when I said, hey, would you want to shout out for your
That would be fucking amazing.
But I was gonna call him up, and I was like, I'll wait till tomorrow to do it, but yeah, man, he's a great dude. Like,
That's cool.
He can tell you things like, I don't know if everything's true, you know what I mean? You know how wrestlers can be, like, but you know, he gives respect is due, and
For sure.
he talks about Vader and like how him and Vader would just beat the shit out of each other in their match. Like, Vader was one of them dudes, man, that they just went at it.
Yeah, yeah, for reals too. Like, you hear them chops, that shit's real. They're winding up and trying, like, let's go, let's do this.
Yeah, man. And he gave he said the guy that has never cheated in the locker room when he was there was Kane.
Oh yeah, I could believe that.
And I was like, damn. He was just telling me some shit, but I won't ruin it all for you. But I'll
Yeah, that would be awesome. Love to talk to anybody who has any sort of fucking professional wrestling history. That's originally what I started the BrahjCast was me and my brother. You know, Braj being, you know, some slang term for bro or brother, which actually came from one of my favorite shows, which is Workaholics. And
Okay.
so me and my brother, we wanted to, it's always one thing to talk, when you get to talking deep about things that you like, sometimes you don't always know if you're right about things. You're like, I think this is true or whatever. I just wanted to start to talk to people that actually had real firsthand knowledge about things. So I wanted to talk to real MMA fighters and someone who had been an Ultimate Fighter, actually. So I got to talk to, I reached out to somebody who had went to the Ultimate Fighter and then fought in the UFC. His name is Nam Pham. And he gave me an awesome interview. Let me know how it was in the tough house with cameras around, kind of how it was, the stuff that I didn't get to see behind the scenes, So instead of sitting around talking to my friends like about what we think it would be like, I'm like, let me try to just ask these dudes, just like you said, basically with Ahmed, how do I just talk to this dude, because I want to know for real. That's basically what I did. Cold called and a few emails to real people in these real fields. I was really interested in the pyramids of Egypt. And the guy whose name kept coming up on all the videos was Brian Forrester. And I was like, well, fuck, man. Like, the worst he can do is say, nah, motherfucker, I don't have time for you, your little ass. But he was cool as shit. He's like, yeah. So he came on and talked for an hour and a half about all his knowledge, and so I'm going directly to the source, and that's like what I'm doing now. Like I'm late into this YouTube community. So a lot of these people, like, you've been here for X amount of years and everybody's so established. I don't know anybody, like, because I haven't been able to see all of your videos as everyone has evolved. So that's why I love to bring all of you guys here onto the podcast and just talk to you like, buddies, and just get to know you guys. Because we can only, with video responses and mail days and our baseball cards and shit like that, we can only put so much in these videos where, like you kind of said earlier too, like you don't get enough time kind of on videos to kind of talk about like what's really going on with you and your life and shit like that.
Yeah.
So fuck,
yeah,
man.
I think it's awesome. I think it's cool. Like when I first seen the first one, Pepino Man was your first guest, right?
My first baseball card related guest was my boy John Carlson, who was actually Jose Canseco's like bodyguard when he does events on the East Coast. Yeah, dude, he's from Jersey and he's a opinionated fella. He's an awesome dude. Sent me a fucking amazing care package. Like he does a lot of work with Jose, sends me pictures all the time when he's doing events with them, like, riding in cars together, eating together, hotels. It's cool. So again, that was as close to the source as I could get, because Jose would definitely do an interview for $700 or some bullshit like that, because I ain't that cool to him, so he ain't gonna come on my shit. But so that's what I've been, and then I had Baseball Card Babe on. I was super stoked to have her on there because she was crushing it, still is. And then Pepino Man, I was super stoked. I was so fucking nervous too, man, because like, I'm new to the community, and Pepino Man looks like he's like a fucking celebrity, for Christ's sake. He's super fucking entertaining. Everybody fucking loves him. I took like 12 nervous shits before I got on the podcast with him, and I was fucking nervous. But
I was nervous to come on here because I have a tendency when I'm talking, like, you'll be go back and listen to it, like, what the fuck is he talking about? Like, I can't control it, so I
do it, bro. I do it too.
Like, I can edit my videos and edit out shit that I don't like. So, you know what I mean? Like, but I was nervous, man. Like, I was like writing down like how I'm gonna start out. Once I get rolling, I'm okay. But
for sure, that's all it is just getting rolling, for sure. And now, the last podcast I did with him was actually the third one. So now when it's, we hook up, we hook up on here and he pops in and I'm like, what up? He's like, what up? And I'm like, you ready? He's like, hold on, I'm getting my weed. And I'm like, cool. And then, hey, I'm ready. And I'm like, boom, what up, everybody? It's like that. And that's where me and you will be, because This isn't going to be a one and done. You know, I want to know, you know, in another couple months, I want you to come back on, update me and everything, because as much as I want to, I'm not going to be able to catch all your videos, as you won't be able to catch all my videos. So there's going to be lots of holes in your game that I'm going to miss.
Yeah.
So that's why I bring, you know, I'll have you just come back on here and we can just chat all about it, you know.
I'm always down. And like I watch your videos, but the thing of it is, like, when you after a while, man, like when you've been commenting for years, like you just what do you write? Like, I mean,
I
I know it's
know. Cool video, smiley face.
great stuff, great pickups.
I know, man.
To watch videos and not comment all the time. It's weird.
I do it too, bro. Some days I'm more I'm more in a mood to like hook motherfuckers up with comments because I know how good it feels,
It does
you
feel good.
know. But you know, some days I'm like, even if it's a cool ass video, I'm like, next, you know, because it's just, it depends on if I'm sorting cards while I'm watching your video, or if, you know, like if I have access to the comments, even if my phone's over there because I'm casting you to my TV because I'm sorting, I'm not going to comment anyway. It's just going to go through my, you know, subscribers list, you know, and just hit up videos. Whereas if I'm watching on my computer over here, my keyboard's right here, so then I comment, you know. So definitely, like, and I'm glad you said that, because that's a very important point, because it might look like I don't comment on everybody's videos. I mean, it doesn't mean I don't watch them. It's definitely just probably 3/4 of the time when I'm watching other people's content, I really don't have access to comment quickly, you know. Or like you said, after you do comment for a while, it gets a little mundane, which is why it might be better for me and you and anybody listening to possibly, if you want to comment, give us something to comment on, you know, like give us a question, or like I can't think of, you know, just give us a topic to comment on, versus that way I don't have to just toss out that general ass cool vid, bruh. You know, like I only have so many of those.
Yeah.
You know, whereas if you're like, comment below on what the fuck your favorite 1987 Topps card was, you know, because I showed you mine. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. That's a little bit easier for me to get in on.
That's a good idea.
But I'm just shooting the shit, you know, and whatever. I got to do the same. That's advice for myself too. But I want everybody who's listening to this, you, myself, and the millions who are listening, to grow our channels in 2019 and be yourself, and that's going to be like entertaining, because entertaining doesn't have to be hitting yourself in the face with a pan, you know, like, or telling jokes, you know what I'm saying, to try to get, you know, be entertaining. For me, like a lot of entertaining is actually like authenticity. If you're just a real fucking person, man, and as an older fella, I'm 38 now, like that's maybe why I gravitate more towards it. But you know, I think some people might think like as entertaining, like they have to like perform, do, you know, and I think, you know, myself, I did the same shit when I first got on here. I was like, fuck, I've got to put the hat on, the performing hat, you know, and go out and dance a jig, you know. But it's like, fuck it, it's like I said earlier, I think it's so much easier to just be yourself, and that will turn into a form of entertainment that people aren't used to, which is straight authenticity. And it might take the world by fucking storm. You never know.
Smoke weed every day. Don't let your kids. What's it?
Yeah. Well, one thing I did want to cover quick was, you know, a lot of people that quit the card community back when I started, they quit because their views went to shit.
Yeah.
They quit because, you know, their comments went down. They weren't branching out. You know, they weren't. I'm not criticizing anybody either. I'm just saying, like,
I understand.
this is why these people aren't around anymore, is because they still collect. They're in Facebook groups and stuff, but they got kind of salty because their channels, you know, they had so many subs, but they were getting shit views, kind of like I do.
I hear you.
I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that, because I'm going to keep working at it and I'm going to figure it out. You got to branch out. Like, you just got to, I don't know.
You have to constantly evolve, and it doesn't mean you have to change the entire format, you know?
Right. And because they would say the card community is dead. No, the card community is far from dead. Like, if you go around YouTube right now and search, you can find people, like, for days. Like,
100%.
so, I mean, it's far from dead. Like, back then, though, like in like 2009, 2010, it was more of everybody knew everybody on YouTube. So when they would disappear, they just assumed that the card community was dead. It's not dead. This motherfucker is popping. It's just,
Yep.
you gotta get, I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe it, but you gotta get in touch with people. And
If you want to, otherwise people like BrahjCast will come up with 3,000 subs and you'll never hear about them until this week. You know what I'm saying? It's the exact point.
Exactly.
There's plenty of like mini communities out there, not like one big giant to where we all know each other, you know? There's a bunch of little pockets out there, it seems like. And we're in one right now.
Yeah, and some people, you know, went to their fucking head that
Yes.
it went to their head that, you know, like, they had so many subs and they just got salty and they disappeared, and they're on Facebook now. So
yeah,
fuck that, man. Like, just fucking create content. We collect cardboard for
yes. What subs are is fucking nothing, because if you've run a contest, you will get subs that will just be people who sub because you made them. The amount, you know.
If you want to get big on YouTube, go be fucking PewDiePie or something.
Right.
You're not gonna have 90 million subscribers on YouTube and cardboard. So
we all just majority of us, and myself included, thought this would be an easy game. Did not. I knew there'd be a grind. I didn't know what the grind was gonna be, but I've adapted to it, and I love doing this, so it's easier for me. Like, I do. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't worry about my sub count, but I keep an eye on it. I keep an eye on it, and some days I keep a bigger eye and a more emotional eye on it than others.
Oh yeah, man.
But this is not why I do it. Is for others to praise me or judge me. I don't do it for them. It's just part of this game, and I'm doing it to you everybody who's listening to this, and yourself. You've seen my videos. I do a lot of like the editing game. That's like my passion. I love that kind of shit.
Oh, I love the editing, man. But the thing is, I can never figure it out, never figure what like software to use. So I'll be. Yeah.
It's deep. It gets to be a mini part-time job, but once you get it, you're in the zone and you can keep it going. You know,
I can tell, you got the skills, man. And
so
2019, you will grow. Trust me.
I'm going for it, but what I'm going for, honestly, is to bring like just something different to the card community. And I enjoy every video. I try to add a little bit of a different sort of like, for me, I see all these transitions and effects and these layerings. When I'm watching other people's videos, I'm trying, I don't see a lot of it. So it's like, it drives me fucking nuts. So that's why I want people to just try to do a little bit more, man, because, and it doesn't mean you have to, just to reiterate, it doesn't mean you have to like use software to make your videos look cool. It can be as simple as, like me and you talked about earlier, is switching from your hands to your face, to changing the background behind you, to just
switch it up.
God damn it, that's the most minimal amount of switching it up as you can fucking do, man. Just do it. Switch it up. It'll create more ideas within you, you know. You'll change shit up. You'll add something in the background next time, and it'll just get these juices flowing that will never have been if you're just in the same spot or always just doing the same shit. I'm ranting and raving like a dick right now, but I want everybody to be doing cool shit and having fun with it, and not worry about subs, and just have fun with your own shit. Because again, you can have 1,000 subs, but honestly, we're only going to have 200 to 300 views. That's the amount of like engaged people you have. Exactly. Pepino Man has 1,400 subs, love him to death, but he averages 400 to 500 views a video. So that's where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Which is good. Oh shit, dude, I get 35 to 40, and I'm like, like you said earlier, 100 views, boner, like, hell yeah, look at this, baby. I'm showing the wife. Did it. We made it. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. But the amount of subs, like, there's, like, if you've run contests on your channel at all, you're going to get randos that come in and they're only there for the win. Those are prize hounds. You're going to get your subs that die off, like you said, for one reason or another. They're just not on YouTube anymore, but they're still there. So, I mean, I myself am learning, and I hope everybody else that is listening to this is either past this point, but if you're struggling with the sub thing, just realize it's not real. Like, money isn't real. Subs, that's not real. It's the amount of views you get, and then what's even more better is the amount of comments you get on your videos. That's really what I'm striving for, is to get actual engagement. Yeah, I agree. That's where your real core homies are. That's where your community is. That's where your super core is. Mostly. That's not the only way to gauge it, because like we also talked about not commenting on a lot of videos too, but yeah, there was a time when I took a break from the hobby, and then I came back, and my view, like, you got to also maintain, like, or not maintain, Jesus Lord. You can't, like, I would disappear for 6 months and then come back, and then that's a tough one. You can't, and then people have kind of, I wouldn't say moved on, but you got to kind of just keep at it. Like, even if it's something small, like you post a video, just, it's something that I've learned I don't know, I won't ever go away again, because when I do, when I come back, that's when shit gets kind of bad, but I don't know. Well, it's weird. That made no damn sense, but if you don't make videos after a certain time, brother, just the algorithm itself, YouTube's just it's striving to put the best content in front of that person. Right. So if we don't do our part to stay in this magical algorithm, it is what it is. They're just not going to put us there anyway. When we come back, we're nothing to that algorithm anymore. So like you said, just dropping little hints, little line, a little bit here and there to stay consistent, to stay in the mix is very important, I think. Yeah, it is. But there's that balance of quantity versus quality. You don't want to just put out bullshit. Yeah. So it's like it's a fine line that we're all fucking trying to figure out, that's for sure. Yeah, like I created a video the other day about how to remove a personalization off of an 8x10 photo, and the easiest way to do it. And like, just something simple. It was like a 4-minute video that I didn't drop it yet, but just things like that, man. And I'm starting to. Well, from what I looked at, it seems like if you want more views, you need to add titles like your 17,000 view video, which is about you guys doing the biggest line of cocaine or something.
Oh,
I don't know what the fuck that was. I was like, what's this?
Oh my Lord. Well, that was actually just a random thing that came to top. See, sometimes when you think too hard,
Yep.
That's what'll fuck you up.
Yep.
Like, when I just come up with shit like that it was just off the top of my head one day, I was like, you know what? I mentioned it in the videos. That's going to be the title. Fuck it. That shit popped. Like, I was getting thumbs down like crazy. Like, click me, motherfucker, and this and that. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Like, and yeah, man. I don't know how that happened, but I need to do more of that shit.
Yeah, that was the perfect storm of an enticing title with a great thumbnail picture there. I was like, oh, I must click here and look at this.
Yeah, man, that threw me off, but I'll tell you what, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I watched one guy. I remember I ran across this one video where the thumbnail was just this dude's, and it's come up in because I recorded this video actually, and I've popped it in a few of mine, real quick splices like Fight Club style. But it was this dude who just filmed his wife on a medicine ball, and she happened to be wearing a Superman thong, and she had a super nice rock hard butt, right? And so I clicked on it, dude. It had like 5 million views, right? And it was only a minute long. Very enticing. Great title, excellent thumbnail, and you're less than a minute. That's going to get me enough. If it was 20 minutes long, not going to watch it because I don't know when I'm going to get to see what you're trying to show me on that thumbnail. I'm thinking you're going to rickroll me. Minute, I'm going to get there by the time I'm done taking my dump. So I click on it, and it was legitly just this dude filming his wife slow-mo on the ball, right? And I was like, okay. I went to his channel, 7 videos. The rest were like flower pots, like some bullshit, right? 180 subscribers, but the other videos, 17 views, 20 views, and one video, 5 million views. I was like, wow, perfect storm, bro.
Hell yeah, and we couldn't monetize that bitch either. So
No, because you don't have enough view time and you don't have enough subscribers.
Oh man.
So I was like, wow. Yeah, because you start this channel up, I see other people doing it, cracking packs and having fun. I was like, sure, I want to join in on the fun, and it looks easy. It looks fun. I should get 1,000 subscribers, no problem. That seems like an easy number. Fucking 200 a year and a half. About a little over a year later, I'm like, wow. And I only get, I got a quarter of them because I interviewed Pepino Man. I'd really be only at like 140 or something, but
you bring a Pepino Man on, you'll make it big.
Yep, fucking A. So I'm gonna have him on like 10 times in the next 3 months, for Christ's sake.
Stay away from purplegt22 because he'll just drive.
I'll drive people away, no problem with my own content, that's for sure, and my views and opinions.
I love it, man. So.
Good, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate hearing that. As we all do, I'm sure, man. It's nice to get some kudos every once in a while, even though we all say, you don't have, we all act tough like we don't really care, but we do. Deep down inside, we're all human. So fucking A, man. YouTube lessons, life lessons, card lessons. I think this was a good start, my brother.
For sure, man.
This was a good first one.
And make sure there's another one, please.
Oh, for sure.
I got more to add, man. I got, like autograph in-person celebrities that I've met. Like,
absolutely. We just don't have enough time in the day. My phone doesn't have enough memory in its capacity to take this much video and audio.
Well, I'll get writing, I'll write down all the celebrities and I can come up with the stories and and then when I look at it, I can be like, I can tell each story with each wrestler and each,
Done. I want to hear more about Maestros. I want to hear more about WrestleMania, your trip Start filming yourself now. Your road to WrestleMania. Every time you do a Maestro's gig, start filming it so we can make a badass montage of your road to WrestleMania.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, this is kind of my like little announcement that
nice on the BrahjCast.
Yeah, man, I didn't announce it yet. Like, you see me wearing the Maestro shit, but I didn't say anything yet.
Nice. I felt like you were a little hesitant when you were talking about this, and I was like, I wonder if we're breaking hottest news of the day. And it turns out I was right. Awesome.
Here we come, baby.
All right, my man. He's Purple Leg GT.
Purple Leg, baby.
He's Purple GT22, the man, the myth, the legend, the greatest beard on YouTube. I am number 2. He is number 1. My man, anything else you want to say to the millions before we sign off?
If you made it through me talking, thank you, and we appreciate you.
We fucking totally appreciate you.
You did it.
I know. We're going on like an hour and a half, 2 hours. If you are still, you know what? If you are still here, I'm looking at this and I've been having a reason to fucking get rid of this. Topps 2019 Series 1. I'm holding this up to the camera as we speak, my brother. It's one of these home run challenge cards where you scratch off the back and guess it's Shohei Ohtani. I have no use for it. So, like my boy said, if you've made it this far, what do we want them to say in the comments below? How about name their favorite player? Is that cool?
That's cool, man.
Something easy? All right, if you want to win this, name your favorite player in the comments below, and we will pick a rando, let's say February 28th, just because I know that's the end of this month. And this Shohei Ohtani will be yours in hand, and you can pick your own date and win some bullshit from Topps. Probably a redemption that you'll get in a year, but fuck, it's free.
Let's go.
My boy. Thanks a lot, my brother. I really appreciate your time. We will be talking again soon.
Definitely, brother.
All right, my man. You take care, and I'll holler at you later.
All right, man. See ya.
Peace. All right, guys, just one more second in case I didn't let you know in the video. If you want to support the BFRG, if you want to support the BrahjCast, grab yourself. Ooh, look at that bad boy bling and the lights, boys. Hop on eBay, grab one of these bad boys, show your support, show your love. Hand numbered in super amazing metallic green. I think there's 6 left, peeps. Ee-wee, ee-wee. Ee-wee. Love you guys so much. Don't forget to spread that love, spread that positivity. Be good people. I'll holler at you next time.
Say it with me now, what's going down? Chris from the BrahjCast bringing the sound. Yeah, best in the game, Canseco should be his name. Straight from Little League to YouTube Hall of Fame. On top with the tops and the top hat. Can't stop, too high, you should know that. The champ in the world of podcast, Mail day, car breaks, bars for days. Collect everything, funny face, crazy names. Subscribe now, come get a taste, hey. Spreading the love and positivity. Sunday night is BFRG. Surprise, surprise, never know what it gon' be. Click fast, don't miss out, BrahjCast. Say it with me now.